Hey Geek Family, we're back. This time we're going to check out another historical video. This one is the story of 300 in India. You probably didn't know about Baji Prabhu Shivaji's shield. And I'm Nathan.
I'm Rachel.
Trinity.
Troy.
Jordan. Yeah, real quick before we check this video out, I'm going to give a little bit of information, but before we do, thank you guys again so much for all your support on the channel, and if you can you guys hit that like and the subscribe button, followed by that little notification bell.
Bing!
Dong.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, I know most of us here are probably familiar with King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans holding off the invading Persian army at the Battle of Thermopylae. What a lot of people misconceive about that it was just the 300 Spartans. It was actually several thousand Greeks, also free Greeks, also with the Spartans. But you know, the Spartans were the spearhead. They were the best of the best, basically. So, but this is something I've never heard about, and I'm very interested to hear about. To find out more about this and hear about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check this video out. Oh, real quick, it's from the YouTuber The Sham Sharma Show. Want to give him a shout out, and I'll have the link and everything down in the description below. So let's check it out.
Hello guys, and welcome to another edition of the Defenders of India series. So many people have heard about the 300 Spartans that held off the Persian army, and it's a legendary battle, of course. But surprisingly, a lot of people from India do not know about the other story of the brave 300 soldiers that held off a much larger attacking army. And I'm going to talk about that legendary story today so more and more people can hear about it. That story, of course, is the story of the 300 brave Marathas at the Battle of Ghorkin, or the Battle of Pavankin. And I really think that everybody in India and everybody of Indian origin should know about this story. What I'm talking about, of course, is the story of Baji Prabhu Deshpande. Now, this is a name that maybe a lot of people outside of Western India haven't necessarily heard. But again, like I said, this is one of my favorite stories, and I really want everybody to know about this name because in medieval India, when Hindus were at the brink of complete destruction and extinction, his bravery played a major role in ensuring that our culture, that our civilization continued. So in 1660, the Maratha king Shivaji was trapped in the fort of Panhala under siege and vastly outnumbered by an Adil Shahi army led by an Ethiopian named Siddhi Masood. The Adil Shahis were the dynasty which ruled Bijapur for many centuries. The ruler of the Adil Shahi dynasty at the time was Ali Adil Shah II. Shivaji had inflicted embarrassing defeats upon the Adil Shahis, and they were determined to crush him and kill him finally. Even though the Adil Shahis considered themselves separate from the Mughals, they were aligned with the Mughals, in this case with the joint purpose of crushing and killing the audacious and crafty Shivaji. Shivaji decided that he was not going to last very long if he stayed at Panhala and that he would be captured and killed. So he decided to escape to the fort of Vishalgarh, which was administered by a Maratha chieftain named Range Narayan Orpe, who was under the allegiance to the Adil Shahis, but who had come to a secret agreement with Shivaji, and he was going to switch sides and join Shivaji when the time was right. There was also a Mughal garrison stationed at Vishalgarh which Shivaji would have to defeat. Shivaji waited for months, planning and depleting the Adil Shah's food source. He waited until he knew that the Adil Shahis needed to go and gather more food, and then he planned his escape. Shivaji and Baji Prabhu, who was the Deshpande of Hardis Mawal, and around 600 of their best troops would dash through the Adil Shahi force at night. A man named Shiva Kashid, who resembled Shivaji in appearance, had volunteered to dress like the king and get captured. It was envisaged that this would buy Shivaji and his troops some additional time before Siddhi Masood realized his mistake and started giving chase to Shivaji. So Shivaji made his escape on the night of July 13th with a small contingent of troops of around 600 people. Baji Prabhu was the second in command of this contingent, but the Adil Shahis gave hot and rapid chase under Siddhi Jauhar's son Siddhi Aziz and Afzal Khan's son Fazl Khan. The Adil Shahi army that gave chase to Shivaji was an army of 8,000 soldiers, so Shivaji's troops were severely outnumbered. It was clear that there was no way to shake the enemy, and that the Marathas would not simultaneously be able to defeat both the Mughal garrison at Vishalgarh and the chasing Adil Shahi army. The only option then, it was decided, was for a section of the Marathas to stay back and fight the much larger Adil Shahi forces while the rest of the Maratha troops would carry on to Vishalgarh. Sri Aurobindo, a great thinker and a great yogi of the 20th century, wrote a beautiful poem describing the brave actions of Baji Prabhu as well. He wrote a passage in which Shivaji said to Baji, "Baji, more than once in battle thou hast stood, a living shield between me and the foe. But more today, O Baji, save than any single life, thy nation's destiny." Baji Prabhu Deshpande readily agreed to face the troops of Bijapur with half of the contingent, around 300 people. Shivaji said that Baji Prabhu would hear the cannon fire from Vishalgarh as a signal of Shivaji's safety. The strategic position of Ghorkind or Horse Pass was chosen for the defense. It was very narrow and only a few soldiers could pass through at one time. Baji Prabhu gave strict orders to the 300 Maratha troops. Under no circumstances can the Adil Shahis be allowed to pass until Shivaji is safe in Vishalgarh. The Adil Shahi army repeatedly tried to break through the defenses of the pass but were constantly repulsed and beaten back. The unequal battle between the Adil Shahis and the 300 Maratha troops raged for hours, with the defenders clinging to their positions, rapidly reducing in numbers. Close to 2,000 Adil Shahi soldiers were killed, wielding two huge and very heavy swords, one in each hand. Baji Prabhu repulsed the waves, using his body as a wall to prevent the Adil Shahi soldiers from getting through. Even though Baji Prabhu was shot by a Siddhi gunman and fatally wounded, he continued to fight and continued to cut down Adil Shahi soldiers that tried to pass through. He literally refused to die till he heard the cannon fire announcing Shivaji's safe passage to Vishalgarh. It was almost as if he told Yamraj to wait until Shivaji was safe. Over 200 Maratha soldiers were killed in this battle, and only after Baji Prabhu heard the cannon fire did he finally fall down and die. When Shivaji heard of Baji Prabhu's passing, he was deeply saddened. He personally visited Baji Prabhu's family and paid his condolences. He also gave Baji Prabhu's eldest son a position of leadership and honor in the forces. The morale of the Adil Shahis was destroyed after the battle at Ghorkind against Baji Prabhu, and they declined to besiege Vishalgarh and retired to their own territory. The defense of the pass of Ghorkind by 300 Marathas, led by Baji Prabhu Deshpande, was named the Battle of Pavankind, which in Marathi means the Battle of the Sacred Pass. For the rest of his life, Shivaji would also act as the guardian for Baji Prabhu's children. Dennis Kincaid, a prominent historian, said that Baji Prabhu's defense of Ghorkind has become legendary in Western India. This action is remarkable as an example of the spirit which Shivaji's leadership infused into his followers. And not just Shivaji, it was the cause. It was the cause of defending and protecting the Hindu civilization and ensuring that from generations from then, men, women and children can enjoy these traditions and can follow this culture the way we do. Shivaji's mother Jijabai wept at the news of Baji Prabhu's death. Ballads and poems have been composed in his memory, many of which are still sung today. Sri Aurobindo, like I said before, the great yogi of the 20th century, wrote a splendid poem dedicated to Baji Prabhu. Again, I will provide the link to that poem in the description below. You should really go and read it. The reason this is one of my favorite stories, and the reason this story gives me so much inspiration, is because it was the passion that defending our civilization and defending our culture infused in people like Baji Prabhu, that these 300 men laid down their lives so that our culture could continue. And I hope if there are people out there that don't know already about Baji Prabhu, they have heard about him today and they go and read more about him. They go read the poem that Sri Aurobindo wrote about Baji Prabhu as well, and realize that it is because of brave hearts like Baji Prabhu that today we are able to celebrate and practice and live our culture. Again guys, thank you very much for watching today's episode of the Defenders of India series. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to give this episode a thumbs up. Make sure to give this episode a like. It helps me out. It helps the channel out. Also, I know some of you wanted me to do Lalitaditya Muktapid. I will be doing an episode on him very soon as well. Please bear with me. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode as well. If you like what we do here on the Sham Sharma Show, make sure to subscribe to the show's channel down below or over here. I will see you for the next episode, and until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.
Very, very cool. I love ancient history like that, especially battles like that where one side is gravely outnumbered, and they, like you said, they lay down their lives to basically allow the other part of their military to get to safety, or allow other troops to build up, to give them just that little bit extra time to gather themselves together to withstand that. And the fact that the opposing army, which was 8,000,
Yeah,
were
8,000.
chasing,
Yeah.
that they were so like downtrodden after being held off by.
Yeah, they killed 2,000 just in the.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
Pathway.
that's almost 7 times their own number.
Yeah, and the fact that they were just like, "Are you kidding me? We let 300 of you guys like just manhandle us like that." But again, it takes like the brains and smartness of a military leader, tactical person to realize like, okay, we need to defend against this larger group than us. We're a smaller force. We can't take them in open field battle. We
Yeah.
need somewhere like a pinch point, basically. Like, where's the best spot we can defend and have our biggest chance of keeping them off? And you got to find that area, like that area there, or like Thermopylae was that little pass. I think I was reading about it. It was the pass itself was only like 49 feet across,
Oh wow.
and there's also like there's a few other like little that you kind of hear about throughout history, littler groups, holding up the larger group. So you have this story, which we hadn't heard of. Absolutely loved hearing about it and finding out about it. Like we mentioned at the start, you had the Spartans along with the other Greeks holding off the much larger Persian army at Thermopylae. You also have here in the States, you got the Alamo held off the Mexican army, given the American military time to regroup, and eventually once the Alamo was wiped out and taken out, they were able to repel back the advancing army on that too. So you got, and those are the three that pop, after seeing that one, and then the other two are the ones that pop in my mind. I know there's probably a bunch of others which would be very cool to learn. I'm taking up all the time because like I said, I love this stuff. Sorry, you guys go you guys go ahead.
I don't know anything about history, so you sound like a nerd.
The Dern.
A dirt.
You know what they say about history, Trinity?
It repeats itself.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you do not learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, but you're over here just like.
I like it. I
In
like.
this decade, this happened. There's a high.
I like it too.
Yeah, I love hearing
Get on my
about
And
that.
I'm just like, I feel like I just got out of school because I didn't.
Well, this
I didn't know
said-
anything he was talking about.
It said what? This was in the 1660. The 300 was back in like 480 something BC,
Yeah,
and
tell me
then
about that.
the Alamo was
Before Christ.
18. When was the Alamo? 18.
Oh, if you hadn't asked, I could have told you.
Off the top of my head, I cannot remember exactly when in the 1800s
Do you want me
that
to
was.
look?
Nah, that's alright. But I know you say you're not big on that, but as far as like, does that not like really fascinate you, stuff like that?
No, not really.
Really?
What?
No, it really doesn't.
You're such a girl.
My God, you could never.
What is that supposed to mean?
All right, babe. What'd you think?
I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, I know you're a history girl.
Yeah,
You
I
like
love
that stuff.
history. I love learning about. Oh my god, my brain went dead. Sorry.
Like mother, like daughter.
Hey.
I'm teasing. Go ahead.
No, I like learning about things like this because, especially when it's something that you don't really know anything about prior to, because it not only opens up the book to that particular incident, but it's like, oh my gosh, what else happened
Right.
during that time frame and things like that. So, I've been doing a lot of reading on a lot of different things where India is concerned, and I guess I'm going to be looking into that now too.
He reported it good. It's just I don't.
Yeah, very
remember.
very informative. Awesome.
Yes.
I skimmed through some of his other videos. I didn't watch them, but I kind of skimmed through his channel, and it looks like a lot of it is the historical stuff. So I'd love to check out more of that.
No, you said you looked through some of his other videos. Is it all history that he does?
I'm not 100% sure. Just the few videos I looked at there's a lot of historical
We
stuff.
could
on
start like watching historic videos on India and call it a history class with the geeks.
I'll
Okay.
fall asleep.
there. No, come on, you guys. It's awesome learning this stuff, and I need to actually reach out to him, because that was really cool. Very very good informative
Very awesome.
video.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
I do like history, specifically history about war. Like certain subjects in history are really boring to
Sorry.
me. Like just learning about people isn't that fascinating, but war is a huge fascination of mine. I just think it's so cool, especially ancient times when you really didn't have this advanced gun and drones, and you really had to go like hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like.
Said he was
medieval.
dual wielding the swords, using his whole
like
body
two
to block
heavy,
it off.
like
Yeah.
two heavy swords.
And didn't they say he was
shot?
shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, fatally.
shot.
But anyways, that was awesome. Very smart, especially using the land to his advantage, especially in that sort of situation. That can make a big difference. If they were in an open field, they could have got slaughtered quick.
Yeah, because then they
Yeah.
could have just went around and surrounded.
And it's a
them.
smart commander too to realize that and go like, okay, I can't take him in an open field, like I said earlier. Where's my best chance of success?
You bottleneck them and then they
Oh.
make it easy pickings. Sorry.
You fine. But anyways, I really enjoyed it. I would love to learn some more about some more awesome war stories. I'm always down to learn something about some more, no matter what it is.
I love that ancient history.
Anyways, it was really enjoyable.
Very good.
I really enjoyed it because I like history like this is my favorite type of history where it's like these battles like this is like my favorite type of history because I love medieval more than any other time period mainly because fight me mainly because back then you could kill someone from far away with a bow and arrow but mainly if you wanted to kill someone you had to get in their face
Yeah, up close and personal.
and do it like hand to hand combat.
But that's even better. There's no armor really.
Right?
You don't have a full cast body armor.
Yeah, and then like
Jordan?
that when he said that he was shot and fatally wounded, it reminded me of the scene you showed me from the movie 300 when that Spartan was impaled by the spear.
Oh, can we not
And
talk
he-
about that?
Oh,
He
yeah,
grabbed the spear and he killed two more guys. And he pulled the spear closer to kill the guy holding the
Yeah.
spear. And
It's
then
like he knows he's dead, but he's with his adrenaline and everything, he's gonna take out as many more as he can.
and then he just stabbed like
Thank
6
you.
more times.
Yeah. Which the movie I enjoyed the movie 300. Frank Miller and man, I just drew a blank on the director's name.
Hey, Rachel.
Zack Snyder. 300 movie. Very cool visually, but not. It was based off of, like I said, Frank Miller's graphic novel, which is about the battle, but kind of takes some liberties. They have some weird stuff in there. Like in the movie, the really famous scenes you see with the slow-mo stuff, when the Spartans broke rank, like they weren't going to do that. They were like a shoulder-to-shoulder, shield-to-shield. Like they wouldn't have broke rank, lines like that to get on their fight. But it's visually, as far as the movie goes, it's cool. I would like to know if there's a movie based on this. There's got to be
Ooh, that would be
a
awesome.
historical
Yeah.
movie out there based on this.
And I want to watch it.
If you guys can let us know if there is, which one to check out, and if there's any other some other good historical videos you'd like us to check out, at least where the three guys are concerned, and Rachel too. Love this historical stuff. Want to learn more. Trinity, she's evidently bored to tears on historical stuff.
My eyes hurt, people.
So she's doomed to repeat it.
So yeah, let us know if there's some other out there. We'd love to check them out, and would love to check out more of the Sham Sharma show on YouTube. So get out there and send him some love as well too. Once again, thank you guys so much for all your love and support on the channel. You guys are awesome and sweet. Love y'all.
And sweet.